So, he said, we covered this transmission, beep beep, from my phone to your phone to his computer to through these little conduits. Oh man, it's like a brain, but it has no function with no handshake. I mean, there's a handshake, but that's not the type of handshake I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like that little, you know. So that interpersonal on a whole nother, you know, type of level. So I make tons of videos. I just never show them. It's like writing family. Like I write family sometimes, just write family, and then I just never send it. It's like I just had to get this off my chest, but it's like still there. So and then I'll just tear it up. You know what I mean? So yeah, okay. Let's do something funky. Let's keep it a funky bunch. Um, so you know it's weird because he's like, oh, you got a teacher, I'll come teach you all things. Hello, dear teacher, teach us how to pray. I got so many questions. If anybody might know or happen to be close to or happen to have a good teacher that is in all wisdom, all encompassing, and all just on point, please tote them, push them, IM them, DM them, DM them. I don't even know what a digital message. We do that. I don't even know what. Anyways, I thought it was digital from the rip. It's such a weird thing. It just became digital as a recent. So that might have to be something to do with RC. I don't know. Anyways, onwards and upwards. So okay. So questions. I got 3 questions, maybe 4. Okay, and I'll just ring them off real quick because yeah, I want to make this short. Dear children of Eden, question 1. And the father, dear children of Eden. Eden was obviously a person. The father obviously had a wife. And you know what I mean? Her name must have been Eden. And you know, I was thinking the other day, it's like, he said, give me not what I want, but what I need. What are you in need of? An Eden. What? This amazing stuff, right? Okay, so anyways, that was a good one. That's a good one. That was my thinking. So, okay. So next one. Next question. The blind man that was sent to Leon to wash, how did he get there? He said, go wash in Leon. That's it, done. And I went. He told me, I said, and I went. You went what? You, like, I don't, was he familiar? He obviously was familiar. Okay, and here's my thinking about that. Okay, for one, he was there when the tower fell. It said Leo. Whatever the tower is, there was 18. The 18 fell. 18 fell. Okay, so 18 fell. I might be missing something, but I don't read it enough to like. But I do read it when I like feel the urge or to like really. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So next question. I just want to get these questions out the way, just in case anybody has a viable answer. Okay, so wash your robe. Okay, listen. Wash your robe white as wool. Laban and Jacob had made a deal that any stolen sheep would be white. It said, wash yourself. Jesus said, wash yourself in the blood of the Lamb. So now I'm like stuck on like, well, am I stolen? Do I want to be a goat? Or do I want to be a gopher? And if I would, I'd probably build myself into an ark. Sorry. Yeah, that's hilarious. Anyways, onwards, upwards, and better things. Okay, anyway, stop dipping in and out of this hole. So, okay, so, yeah, right? It's weird, right? I'm like stuck on some stuff. And one more question for the audience. Um, I'm hooked on this Jesus and woman thing. Woman. Okay. He said that before he said he took Adam, the sweater brow, sent out the word, not return unto me, Lord, but full. That which is promised. Isa. See? Isa. 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 But more so. You see? More so is the situation as in I'm lost in the fact, okay, so I'll say by work, okay, not working, right? Jesus wasn't working, but I don't think that it's the first time Jesus has been around. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it to be around. He said, this is the Moses wrote about me. If Moses hadn't wrote about him, would Jesus be here? I don't know. Or it was he who wrote about me. So was he wrote in? Wrote-in? You know what I mean? Or written? Like, I mean, can a pen make a man? Or a servant? You know what I mean? I mean, surely you could take a pen and just set it on fire, or a pencil, whatever. You know what I mean? Servant's flames fire. But aside of that, like, I'm lost on the whole I'm lost on the whole situation of this woman. It makes me question, like, have you been born yet? Have we been born yet? Have we been born? Because they bore before they bore, right? He bore. You get me? He bore. You came from the dust of the earth, then you were given the breath of life, then you became a living soul. Bore. So my Power Digger 5000, and it's like my little hole digger. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just like stuck up on this concept of dirt, salt, water, mixed in quite the right proportion, packed in. At the add a little word, a little shin. You dig? You follow? Okay, that's good. You follow. Please don't let these words of mine be transmuted, literated, obliterated. They're already plagiarized because they're not really my words. I mean, I didn't invent the word, nor did I send it forth. I'm just interpreting it the best way I know how. So, that being said, may this not be misconstrued, misused, but God most gracious, God most gracious, God most merciful, God most bountiful, God most kind, compassionate, loving, and caring. Loving and caring. And yeah. So yeah, that's 8 minutes, really. Okay, so next thing. And I want to share this because I'm really stuck up on it, and I don't think to seem anybody cares. Maybe Jim Carzelli, dude hit by lightning. You know him. I want shout out. I hate to mention your name. I don't know if you got sponsors or people that do like your little. I don't really have a secretary. I don't even use an assistant. I even try not to use this little thing. Because I like to keep all my bits, biddles, and hips all in the snug, as a rug. But yeah, that's anyways. Yeah, if this ever reaches him, and at some point it will, I too, okay, had my my lightning tried to take me on. Lightning tried to take me on. No, I could think of something. Take on me, take on me. The most exhilarating thing in my life. I loved it. And if I could do it daily, I'd probably do it daily. Is that weird? I don't know, Jim. You'd have to let me know. But I found it exhilarating and I loved it, especially afterwards, the fire. And here's a bad thing. Here's a bad thing. I'm like, man, yeah, we're just going to send you through the flame, boy. I guess sometimes if you do it enough, you could walk through the chasm. You know what I mean? If you did that enough, you'd probably be chasm resistant. F-Wars or whatnot, okay? So, anyways, yeah, that's that. Yeah, it's weird because nobody pays attention. It's weird. It's like yourself is like time is not with you, the day is not with you, the hour is not with you, the minute's not with you. Something is with you. And recall when Jesus like, I beheld all from the sky as, you know what I mean? Okay, I beheld. See, we said we beheld Jesus in His glory, and Jesus speaks of being held. Okay, so yeah. With that saying, I'm just like kind of like you know what I mean? Like, so He was up there. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if we have a misconception at how things are built. You know, usually you think, oh, well, I'll start at the base and work my way up. Well, I mean, if we're all exalted in heaven, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it's built. I really don't. Yeah. I have the attention span of a honey badger at times. I'm just like, you know what I mean? So my biggest thing is passing over the concept of being hit by lightning. Okay, people don't understand the original effects. It hurts. It hurts. It's like having your skull being crystallized, and then you trying to work it back out of crystallization. Though you see more clearly, the body itself is not very for take forgiving, lean. So yeah, it's weird. And then this guy just be weirding me out. You know what I mean? It's like I've seen so many things and have in proportion don't even want to share because of ignorance. It's like Jesus, and then you're like, he must be on something. Yeah, Fruit Loops and milk. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. So then it makes you go get on something because you're just like, screw it. You know what I mean? It's like it just bugs the shit out of me. Sorry for this language. Yeah. Next thing, onward and upward. I ask a prayer. Okay. I ask a prayer of I don't care where you're from, where you're going, what you have, what you don't have, what you want to attain, or what you've already obtained. Okay. So my prayer is that, and this is serious because, I mean, if you could pray any prayer and pray it on a regular, I ask you to pray this. And he said, pray to the creator of the heaven and the earth and the land and the seas. He said, pray to the Lord of the harvest send laborers out into the field. He said, pray that ye don't enter into temptation. He said, teach us how to pray. He said, our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. And that's like the biggest mound to get over. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. And then let me do a little EXT extension onto that on my own little. He said, for man cannot live on bread alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God, alive and active and sharper than a two-edged sword, searching the thoughts and the intentions of the heart. For why do you think evil in your hearts, knowing their thoughts? He said, there's war in heaven, and the violent try to take it by force, but the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They're mighty in the pulling down of strongholds. Okay? He said, for men and angels, men was given the breath of life. Angels were given more power. Okay, you see, he said, the angel alone camps around those who fear him. He said, I didn't give you a spirit of fear nor confusion, but of sound and sober mind. If you mind, okay? He said that be careful for one, you know not what manner of spirit you are, and for two, the one spirit delivers all from the fruits, the 9 fruits. 9 fruits, okay? And we can get into the reason why, we won't cover that now, but 9 fruits, okay? There's 9 fruits of the spirit. But be careful with the spirit you are, because you don't know. He said those that are pure show himself as pure, those that show mercy will show himself as merciful. And those that are treacherous will show himself as treacherous. So, I don't know if you're trying to catch a matinee or what, but, okay, just know he'll strike you. You know what I mean? Act up. Act up. Unless you like lightning baths and saunas, I kind of do. But that's me, personally. Yeah, he said, my kingdom is not of this. See, he said, you see with this. You know what I mean? We tend to see with this. We don't see through this. We just see as if this is what this is. What this is what this is. You dig? You bore? I'm not boring you yet, all right? Okay, good. So, ultimately, the fandango of it is setting aside your and my personal thing. He said, lust not with the eyes. He said, if you lust with the eyes, you lust in your heart. You sin. It's like getting this little. I was in Pittsburgh, and I was at this. I used to go to this little spot on the corner, a little Lutheran church, because they'd let me come in and just while they cleaned and me making little backdoor prayer buddies. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I'm the guy they sneak in the back door. You know what I mean? Who's this dude? Here he comes again. You know what I mean? But I seen this little angel, and she has a clam. And all I could think was calamity. You know what I mean? In your day of your calamity, and I was sitting there and I thought, and I said, it's crazy. He said, the snare, the fire, the perilous pestilence, the terror by day, or the calamity day, terror by day, or the calamity that lays waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at the side, 1,000 at the right hand. But it also says 1 can send 1,000, 2 can put 10,000 to flight. So it's kind of like, it's like having this little pearl, and the luster of it is awesome. But, you see what I mean? There's a line between love, luster, and agape. You know what I mean? There's a line there. So make sure you be sure to mark those out in your little personal brochure of your journey and your walk and your trials, tribulations, and your hour testing. You know what I mean? I don't know if your trial is the same as my trial or tribulations is the same as mine, but yeah, he said, watch with me and pray with me. So with that being said, we'll finish this with a quick look. Hours, minutes, seconds, don't get caught up in it. Make time, pray always. He said, the fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. Remember when he laid hands on Peter's mother, she was sick. He said, the fever had left her. The fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. It's all about your heart position, So, sometimes it's believing versus your receiving of the gift. Yeah. So pray for everyone, love everyone, press forth, cry when you need. Don't be afraid to cry. Cry. Let it out. You know what I mean? It's weird because sometimes I get in my bag and I'm like, you know what I mean? But it's cool. My bag's cool. I'm just hanging out in it right now because time is like, I don't know where time even exists right now. It's weird. I mean, there's many things that play in a factor for that. We won't get into that. But yeah, I hope he makes time for everyone. Surely if you got time for me, you got time for everybody. Unlike the caboose, has this little bad hitch on it. It just rattles, Hilarious. That's funny. Anyways. Okay, so yeah, with that being said, I mean, I hope this is filling. Don't get too full. You don't want to be too full. Let me warn you. He said that these ones to the full. You don't want to be too full, okay? Remain a Toys R Us kid, okay? That's what you need to do. My best advice ever. I don't care if you're 40, 50, 60, you just laugh it away. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, this is like your you know what I mean? You're not gonna he's not nobody's gonna give you something that's incorruptible if you're just like, I got these little sweet shoes and they just jump over stuff. You know what I mean? No. It's not you're not getting no shoes. Never. You can't even walk straight. You can't even get your you know what I mean? I'm not giving you no shoes with some wings or something on them. That just ain't going down. It's not in the playbook. All right, that's it. All right. Yeah, we'll just not leave that open ended. And if you have anything to add to this little prayer sermon session that is filling, uplifting, and God agrees, and oh Jesus and Christ and Iosia, Yeshua and God and Yeshua and I mean whoever you call upon. Like I said, pure, mercy, treacherous. There's just three different wordings of three different. Okay.